I'm Inspector Rob McDonald and I'm a manager of business finance, so I look after all of the continuity of operations planning and emergency response planning for the OPP in the Northeast region. We've been planning for this mock disaster for approximately 6 months. The planning committee had about a dozen or so people involved, and we ensured that each of the major agencies that were going to play a role in this mock disaster had a representative, but all of them were sworn to secrecy so that we knew what was going to take place, but our actual agencies didn't until the call came in today, so that we would try to make it as realistically as possible. I think there were a lot of people this morning that were a little surprised to see the amount of resources that showed up and phone calls that were made, and by the reaction of some of the staff from West Neptune General Hospital and the emergency services that showed up. They thought it was for real until they showed up on the scene. So I'm pretty confident that most of it was kept secret, which is a phenomenal thing when you're trying to have 100 people show up to deal with a mock disaster.
Our emergency response committee, under the leadership of Joanne Lennon Murphy, who is our ER coordinator, started planning this probably about 6 months ago with our community partners. And this year, having just redone our heliport emergency response plan, we thought it would be great to have something involving the helicopter. When we started to play out that scenario, we recognized that some of our players wouldn't be involved directly because it wasn't enough of an exercise, it wasn't large enough. So that's where it started to develop further, and we got into the bomb. For the players around the table, when we're developing this, most of us know that it has to be in real time. Otherwise, you're missing the adrenaline and the anxiousness and the bit of confusion that you get with these kind of scenarios. So I think having the key partners around the table, them keeping it confidential from their organizations, plays a big role. I think what we need to look at going forward is improving our security. We saw some people coming in that probably shouldn't have, so without knowing exactly what went on the outside, because I wasn't out there, I think we certainly need to enhance security. And we probably will need to make some provisions for some extra emergency equipment in a different part of the hospital as opposed to the emergency where we pretty much co-locate everything.
Realistically, this can happen, and no one is ever truly prepared for an emergency disaster, especially one that was, code red, code green, code black, code orange. We tested all of them.
The nursing staff was very good. We had to, after the bomb threat came in, we had to change our emergency department and relocate it to our operating room. They moved quickly, they moved promptly, they brought up most of the necessary equipment. I think we have a few things that we'll have to tweak after, but overall I think they did very well. Just thank you to all of our participants. It was a wonderful exercise.